World, it's your girl Shy, doing the usual in the bathtub, feeding my brain. So, something that I just wanted to speak on today. Most of you guys, most of us are addicted to our pains, our sufferings, our struggles, our anxieties, our depression. You're addicted to it. Whatever that's happened in your life has gotten you to that point. Whatever pains you, that's an emotional trauma or any traumatic experience that you've experienced in your life that is embedded in your memory and impressed in your mind that you relive every time you think about it. When you think about it and relive it, your body relives it too. All the cells in your body thinks that it's happening again every time you remember. So that builds up stress. Hormones are involved in this. It's a whole chemical reaction that's happening in your body when you relive a traumatic experience through memory. And your body goes into the fight or flight. It's adrenaline. Stress brings adrenaline of some sort. And you've gotten so used to that. Your body has gotten so used to that it craves more. And craving more can look so many ways. It can be the fact that you can't stop ruminating over your traumatic experience. You can't get out of your head. You can't get out of your mind. You can't stop reliving it. You can't stop thinking about it. Certain things trigger it and you go and relive it again. Or your body and your energetic fields are craving that stressful state of anxiety or depression and brings to you other situations or people to feed that. A lot of people be like, you attract what you are. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. That's true to an extent. You're attracting, but you're doing it unconsciously. And it's not who you are, though. That's not who you are. So I don't like when people say that. You're just attracting an energy that's like the energy that's most dominant in your body right now. So people who typically struggle with anxiety and depression and things related attract or gravitate themselves to situations and other people to further feed those emotions because their bodies, not because they want to, but because their bodies have gotten so accustomed and used to that stress chemical reaction that comes from reliving a traumatic experience. Body doesn't know the difference between a real event that's in front of you that's actually happening versus the one that you keep thinking about. The one that you're thinking about is just as real as one that may be happening to you in this very moment, to your mind, to your body. It's giving off the same chemical. So that's why it's so important to fill your mind with emotions that make you feel good. Think about something that makes you feel good, makes you smile, makes you laugh. Visualize. This is why visualization is so important and why it's so effective. Because you're visualizing something great that you want to achieve in the future, right? Your body thinks that that's happening. Your body thinks that that's actually happening. And so it arranges everything in a way to support that. And then that's outwardly expressed. And then that's how things manifest. Because now you are following the commands of your subconscious mind, of your body, and carrying out this future emotion or goal or achievement. And so everything that you do is aligned with that. Vice versa, or flip the script, negative. When we are constantly replaying traumatic events or insecurities in our head, or I can't do this, I can't do that, or I'm not worthy, or things like that, our body believes it. This is what's happening right now. Okay, this is what my host is wanting, so I'm going to give that more to her or him. Your body doesn't discriminate like your mind does. It just follows instructions, it follows orders, and you're giving it orders. You're in control of that. So the things that we ruminate over that are negative, our bodies are going to try to give us more of that because it thinks that's what we want. And so that's why people seem to feel stuck in bad situations or stuck in bad emotions. And I'm only using the word bad to help get the message across. There really is no good and bad. It's how you label it as an individual. But let's say undesirable. Undesirable memories and undesirable emotions and thoughts that you keep feeding your body and your mind, your subconscious mind. Both of those things are going to return it to you because that's what it thinks you want. That's the experience you're giving it. It's going to give that experience back. That's simply how it works. So if you're stuck, visualization, positive visualizations through meditation and affirmations and mantras every single day. Keep on repeating it. I got mala beads. I love mala beads. It's 108 beads. I say mantras in Sanskrit, but you can use your mala beads for your affirmations and say it 108 times every morning and 108 times every night for 30 days. I promise you'll see results fast. I promise you. But your body is a machine, and it's based off of electricity and chemicals. And when you understand that, when you can understand that, then you know what to feed it, what not to feed it. It's like a computer. You're not going to feed your computer bullshit because you know that's going to fuck your computer up and then you're going to have to buy a new computer. But you are addicted to your pain. You are addicted to your grief. You are addicted to your story. And it's time to let that go. And just like any addiction, letting it go is not an easy process. You may go through withdrawals and you may feel like a big part of you is gone and missing. You may feel very lonely because that memory or those stories or that role of victim has been on your side, a shadow thing, something that you've been carrying on your back for so long. Once you put it down, you feel like, I feel light, but something's missing. And at first, that can be very sad feeling. It can make you feel very alone because those stories are no longer playing in your head. Even when they pop up randomly, they don't have an emotional effect on you. So it could feel kind of strange at first. But the moral of the story is a lot of us are addicted to pain. We're addicted to our suffering. We're addicted to our stories and past experiences in which we were a victim. And you got to step out of that. That's one way to live life, but there's no ascension or evolving from that if you're just going to stay there. So for those who have reached that point where they are tired of the same loop, living that same loop, that same story, going over the same stories over and over again, and it's always getting in the way, and you just are ready to move forward on a healing journey, healing from those past experiences, strengthening the mind, strengthening the body, and getting back in touch with your true self, your true nature, who you don't even know right now. Contact me. Hit me in a DM, leave a comment on this video, whatever it may be, and let's talk about where you've been trying to go, but just can't go because you're stuck in a past. No, it is okay to take out the time if you're feeling confused. If you are confused about how you even feel, if there's days that we have where we're just confused about our own emotions. We're confused about how we feel about ourselves, about a situation. We're confused on what step to take next. We're confused on why am I here? We're confused on why am I doing what I'm doing? That's fine. That's normal. Don't wallow in that. Don't marinate in that. Just let that shit pass. It always passes. Everything passes. Nothing stays. Because energy flows and everything is energy. So nothing is going to stay there forever. Know that. This too shall pass. And allow it to pass. How do you allow things to pass? By not obsessing over their presence. You can acknowledge the presence. Okay, you're here. Good morning, confusion. Haven't seen you in a while, but I'm having tea if you'd like to have some with me. I do that. I name my emotions and I visualize them as separate entities, something outside of me, like a person or a thing, an entity, a form of some sort. And they come along and I greet them. I say, hello. Haven't seen you in a while. Or, you're back again so soon. And when you do that, you just acknowledge the presence and then you just go about your day in the best way that you know how. It'll be there. They're following you, maybe saying stuff, but just go about your day. It's a separate, that's not you. Talk to that shit. Sometimes I just say, will you shut the fuck up? You get those thoughts that just replay over and over about something that happened in the past, trying to remind you how it felt or remind you how you feel about it. And you minding your damn business. And I will literally say sometimes, will you please shut the fuck up? I am reading or I am driving or I am, whatever you're doing, like get the fuck out of here with that shit. Nobody even asked you. Like that's how I do. And I mean, it works. I don't know what you want to call that technique, but if there's a name to it. But it's just the point is to disassociate from it, okay? And not identify with it. That's the point. Whatever you have to do that, do that. The problem is that we usually identify with those emotions and those thoughts, and we take them on as like ours. And when I say ours, I mean like your true self, your deep down, formless self, your God self. Those emotions are just a combination of chemicals and past events and even collective energy around you. I mean, it's a whole chemical reaction happening, And so you can't identify and absorb and just completely take the properties of every single emotion that comes around. They're flowing. So let that flow. And just be in the moment and just get through that moment and you'll be fine. And welcome the next emotion that comes along. So if you've just gotten to that point in your journey where you're just tired of being stuck, you're tired of everything being the same, every day is looking the same, you're tired of fighting with your mind, you know that the joy is inside of you, you want that, but you just can't seem to reach it because your stories get in the way. Your stories and your thoughts of who you think you are based off of what's happened to you are getting in the way. It's time for you to reconnect with yourself. Reconnecting with self is like a union with God because at the end of the day, you are a part of that force. That is where you came from. That is the source. And getting back to that is the most liberating feeling ever. Getting back to yourself, coming to self, to love on self, and to heal all that shit, it feels really, really, really fucking good. And your entire outlook on life changes, and your entire outlook on your past experiences change too. So it's time to step up. It's time to evolve. No better time than now. My name is Shy, aka Blue Lotus, aka the mind healer and herb dealer. I'm just here to plant a seed.